Hello crypto lovers, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my brand Step Into the Spotlight. It's all about becoming the best version of yourself, right? Yes. My name is Chimdalo Nene and I'm your favorite country girl with unique trading patterns. Today we are going to unravel cryptocurrency blockchain to its easiest and basic level. Now, if you still don't know the reason why you should learn cryptocurrency, click on this link and go on to watch my video on why you should learn cryptocurrency. I gave a lot of reasons and one of these reasons can be the push you need to start your crypto journey. Now guys, let's take a step into the spotlight area called cryptocurrency blockchain. Do I need to speak on the jargons you can easily browse on Google about blockchain? No. I'm going to tell you a story, an interesting story about blockchain, and you can't afford to miss it. So stay tuned to this video as we go on to talk about blockchain. So guys, if there is a buyer Mr. A and a seller Mr. B transacting one Ethereum, that means Mr. A is buying one Ethereum from Mr. B, right? Yes. If this transaction is successful, that is Mr. A successfully buys one Ethereum from Mr. B, a hash is formed. A hash is simply a mathematical value representing a transaction. This hash is unique for every single transaction in cryptocurrency. That means there are no two hashes that can be the same. Every successful transaction that happens within the crypto transacting community forms a hash, and each of those hashes are unique. So, you see that we can comfortably say that when there are many successful transactions, many hashes are formed, and in turn, these hashes form blocks in the system. Now, guys, there are chains of blocks in the system. That is simply blockchain. Very simple, right? So, blockchain, in a nutshell, is a digital ledger of cryptocurrency transactions. Those blocks are forming chains of blocks, so you call them blockchain, and they're representing a digital ledger for cryptocurrency transactions. Now, crypto lovers, that is basically what blockchain cryptocurrency is all about. There is nothing else involved. It is as simple as that. So, let's go over to the advantages and disadvantages of blockchain in cryptocurrency. We are going to take the disadvantages first. Nouriel Roubini once said that for blockchain technology, there are still a lot of obstacles standing in its way. And I love to say that for every matter in this metaphysical world we found ourselves in, there is good and there is bad to it. If the good is way much more than the bad, then it is worth giving a trial, and that is how I see blockchain technology. Let's go to the disadvantages.
Read this.
The first disadvantage of blockchain technology in cryptocurrency is high transaction fee. If you have ever worked with a crypto vendor before, you'll notice that there is always outrageous prices compared to market prices. Crypto vendors are simply individuals who function as exchanges. You can easily buy your coins from them or sell to them. If you've worked with one, or maybe you've patronized one before, you've noticed that sometimes the prices are so outrageous compared to the market prices. This is simply because of high transaction fee, or what we can otherwise call gas fee. So the question here is, what causes high transaction fee in cryptocurrency transactions? Now, before a transaction becomes successful to form a hash, there are people who Mr. B needs to pay. Mr. B, who is the seller, he needs to pay some people to process and confirm the transaction. These people need to do the digital work of sending one Ethereum to Mr. A, and these people are otherwise called the computer nodes. A node will confirm the transaction, and it will inform other nodes in the system so that they can add the block to the blockchain. Do you understand? A node will be paid, it will confirm the transaction, tell other nodes, hey you guys, I've confirmed the transactions, and then they'll gather and add the block to the system, making up the blockchain. So as the blockchain grows, there are too much transactions coming in at the same time, and all these transactions needs to be confirmed to form a hash and to be stored as a block. This will lead to demand of higher transaction fees. The law of demand and supply, right? The higher the demand, the higher the price. So that's what works here. When there is a lot of demand on the node to confirm this transaction, there's automatic increase in transaction. The second disadvantage of blockchain and cryptocurrency is high energy consumption. Blockchain uses what is called proof of work system to determine which node should confirm the next block or confirm the next transaction. So let's say it's a competition where a group of nodes compete to solve a complex equation. This complex equation is the act of confirming the block or confirming your transaction. So instead of one node to confirm a transaction and have others wait for their turn, all of them will gather and start confirming the transaction to see who will finish first. This results to excessive waste of energy. All nodes using up energy to try to confirm transaction that eventually only one node will achieve. So imagine there are many transactions going on at the same time. Each of them will pick up all these transactions. These nodes will pick up all the transactions and start trying to confirm them. Even when it is very obvious that it's only one that will let us succeed, all of them will still be trying their luck to know the one that will achieve the act of confirming the transaction. You can see all these nodes using up energy, wasting energy for something they will not achieve at the end. This results to useless, huge energy consumption. Well, proof of stake model is a suggested solution to replace proof of work system. The third disadvantage of blockchain and cryptocurrency is slow transaction. We've already heard the part that the nodes that confirm this transaction consume a lot of energy to confirm each transaction. In addition to this consumption of high energy, the nodes take their time to confirm each transaction. When there are many transactions in a particular cryptocurrency waiting to be confirmed, there's always hanging, and the buyer has to wait a long period of time before the transaction is successful. We have to note that in centralized finance, where there is third party, there is shorting, so the transaction is always faster. You can go to a supermarket, you slot in your card, immediately you're debited, and then you get your goods and go. But in cryptocurrency, there is no third party, it's just between you and the node that is confirming to send it to the receiver. So there is no third party, and we have to wait for the node to confirm before a transaction will be successful. But then, eventually, the coin will always be received by the address, or it will not be sent at all. In situation where it is not sent at all, it will surely remain in the wallet of the seller. There is no case of it went into thin air and we're waiting for it to reverse, like cases we see in centralized institutions. So the coin cannot disappear into thin air or appear successful without the address receiving it, not receiving it. That is the address of the buyer not receiving it. But when the buyer sends coin to a particular address and the blockchain confirms it to be successful, definitely that address received the coin. Now, the last disadvantage of blockchain in cryptocurrency is that there is no privacy with blockchain. Now, wait, don't panic. This is different from your normal layman understanding of privacy. When I say there is no privacy, I mean anyone can see your transaction and the transaction address is involved in the blockchain system. Once Mr. A successfully sells one Ethereum to Mr. B, the blockchain transaction can be seen by anybody from different parts of the world because the blocks are widely distributed. Anyone can see this transaction, the sending address, the receiving address, the transaction fee, the time of transaction, the date of transaction. It's really open for everyone who wants to see. But who is to know that a string of code involving letters and numbers belongs to Joy and John's successful transaction? Nobody, right? Yes. So, in as much as anyone could see the successful transactions in a blockchain system, it cannot be traced to a particular individual. Now, that's it for disadvantages of blockchain cryptocurrency. There are a lot of solutions available for these problems, and it all depends on when we are willing to implement the solutions. Over to the advantages of blockchain cryptocurrency. The most important strength of blockchain in relation to cryptocurrency is that it is decentralized. This also means that the system is open for everyone to see. The block of successful transaction must exist in the blockchain system. The wallet address of the buyer, the wallet address of the seller will appear on the transaction details. So, if you doubt a crypto vendor's credibility, you can ask for the hash of the transaction. All you need to do is visit a blockchain website, input your hash, and details of the transaction will appear, including the time and the date. And the confirmation will read successful. Very beautiful, right? Yes, I know, it's beautiful. If it's not like this, if there is no transaction details available, well, obviously, you've been scammed. Well, all advantages of blockchain has been covered in one slide. It's speedy, well, it's efficient anyways. There is transparency and data can be traced across all networks. It is an open source ledger. It shows if a transaction is successful or not. It also shows your sending and receiving address, and there is no third party involved. It's just between you and the seller. If you're the buyer, it's just between you, the buyer, and the seller. There is nobody to stand in the middle and cut your money or act as a middleman for either of you. And it is that simple. This might sound way too for advantages of blockchain, but it encompasses every single benefit that blockchain has in the cryptocurrency industry. Finally, crypto lovers, we've come to the end of today's class on cryptocurrency blockchain. And I'm very sure you learned something about blockchain today. Right now, you can confidently go out there and teach other people about blockchain technology. Make sure you share to your friends and to other crypto lovers. If you're sure you grabbed value today, don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button so that when we get new updates and new lectures on cryptocurrency topics, you are not going to miss out. So guys, leave a comment about the value you grabbed in today's lesson. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. It's all about becoming the best version of yourself. And like I love to say, love yourself enough to want to become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.